Imagine you or your spouse is 6 months pregnant and the child is born prematurely. As soon as the baby is born, the doctor gets a knife and cuts off the baby's limb and crushes its skull. You see your kid helplessly die and have its life taken away from you. Is the doctor guilty of murder? Murder is murder despite location, so what makes a difference when a baby is inside a mother's womb? 2,363 abortions happen every day according to liveaction.org. That makes abortion the leading cause of death. That makes it more dangerous than COVID, than heart disease, more dangerous than cancer. Abortion is morally wrong because the science points to life starting at conception. The procedure is medical malpractice. It's murder, and there are people who aren't able to have children. Life starting at conception is a very, biologically, it's considered where it would start at conception, and if not conception, where does it start? According to AC Peds, at fertilization, the human being emerges as a whole, genetically distinct, individual, zygotic, living human organism, a member of this species, Homo sapiens, needing only proper environment in order to grow and develop. When the sperm cell and the egg hit, that makes an organism that has the genetic makeup of a human being, has the DNA of a human being, and it is a distinct, unique, individual DNA that is not found in any other human being. And if life does not start at conception, when does life start? The youngest baby to ever live outside of the womb, born prematurely, is 21 weeks. So it doesn't necessarily depending on the mother, because then at 21 weeks, that means that is that life? But then again, why does it be depending on the mother have to make it where it's alive? Because when the baby comes out the womb, if the mother or the father does not feed it, it's going to die. So just because the baby is dependent on the mother or father or something to be fed does not make it any less of a human being. The heartbeat starts at 5 weeks, which means that at 5 weeks old, the baby is pumping blood and has a heartbeat. Ba-bum, ba-bum. So if not conception, what defines a human life? When are you a human? That would be my question. Abortion is medical malpractice with all the problems and negative side effects that there are. Abortion is horrible for a mother's health. The only benefit the mother would be getting is financial benefit. Some of the other side effects and health effects of abortion is that, one, the bleeding from the surgery happens up to 3 weeks. The hormones of the mother are completely messed up because the hormones are going to the baby, and then there's growth hormones, many other things, and everything gets out of the whack. There is immense pain, soreness, and it can have problems with having a baby if you want to have a baby later in life, and there's many other problems that health-wise for abortion. There are no health benefits to abortion at all. Now, there are some cases where the mother's life is at risk, but that is not what I'm talking about in this scenario. I am talking about the choice where the mother, not at threat or anything, is deciding to kill her baby. I have a video from Dr. Anthony Levatino where he is an abortion doctor, and he is showing the procedures of the abortion, and I would like to share with you all that today. This is sucking out the amniotic fluid from the womb, and I'll show you the rest.
amniotic fluid surrounding the baby is suctioned out through the catheters. With babies this big, they don't fit through catheters this size. The baby's bones and skull are too strong to be torn apart by suction alone. This is a Sofer clamp. A Sofer clamp is made of stainless steel. It's about 13 inches long. The business end is about 2.5 inches long and a 1/2 inch wide, and there are rows of sharp teeth. This is a grasping instrument. When it gets a hold of something, it does not let go. The abortionist uses this clamp to grasp an arm or leg. Once he has a firm grip, the abortionist pulls hard in order to tear the limb from the baby's body. One by one, the rest of the limbs are removed, along with the intestines, the spine, and the heart and lungs. Usually the most difficult part of the procedure is extracting the baby's head, which is about the size of a large plum at 20 weeks. The head is grasped and crushed. The abortionist knows he's crushed the skull when a white substance comes out of the cervix. This was the baby's brains. The abortionist then removes skull pieces. He removes the placenta and any leftover parts of the baby with a curette, scraping the lining of the...
That was the abortion procedure. And as you can see, the baby's limbs are literally being shredded apart. Now, that to me, considering there's no health benefits, makes abortion medical malpractice. But the question that becomes is, if you have all these babies that are unwanted, where do they go? My solution, which would be better than abortion, would to be fix the foster care system and all the issues that are there, and then make adoption more affordable, because adoption, according to adoptuskids.org, with a private agency, it can be from $5,000 to $40,000 just to adopt the kid. To me, that makes it where it's harder to adopt, and you have to be quite financially stable to have or adopt a kid. Kids deserve to live and don't deserve to die because they may grow up poor. Just because they may be a financial burden does not mean that killing them is the best option. So that's why I think fixing the foster care system and making adoption more affordable is a better problem. And there are plenty of mothers that are infertile and can't have kids and that would love to have kids. According to the CDC, there are 10% of women are infertile, which is 16 million women in the U.S. alone that are infertile. So there are many women that will take away the kids. Abortion is a horrible act of injustice in this country. It violates the laws of many innocent kids every day. Abortion is morally wrong because the science points to life at conception. The procedure is medical malpractice. It's murder, and there are people who aren't able to have children. It is a tragedy to our country and is the leading cause of death in America. Just like looking back in time, we know that slavery was evil doing, practiced, and allowed in our country. I feel like 100 years from now, we'll look back at abortion and ask why our country ever killed millions of innocent babies for the sake of money. Thank you.